Hi, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your December 20th to the 31st, 2023 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, and it gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm. So thank you so very much for doing so. So let's see what the tarot has to say here, Scorpio. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. We have the Ten of Swords. We have the Devil reverse, which is fantastic. This is also Capricorn energy coming in. We have Justice, which is Libra energy. We have the Page of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have the King of Swords, again, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Oh, and we end with the Six of Cups. It's beautiful. Okay, so this is a really nice reading, and I'm so happy to be able to bring this to you from Spirit. So this is really quite beautiful. So what we're starting off here is that we've come to a completion of a cycle when it comes to our thoughts, what we want, what we're going after, what we're looking for, and there's a sense of a real power of rebirth, a real sense of stepping into our own power, our own desire, what we want for ourselves. We're taking a lot of the negativity that has defined us for a really long time, and we're starting to say, you know what, that held me back, but it doesn't need to hold me back anymore. We're going to see a lot of our addictions, our doubts, our fears, our chaos. It's starting to fall away. It doesn't mean that we wake up and on the 20th, all of a sudden everything is like hunky-dory and everything is fantastic and we move forward in just like the best energy ever. But we start to say, why the heck am I wasting time on this? Like, why am I being pulled back by this? Why am I using coping mechanisms that, I developed when I was 6 years old? I don't need that anymore. And there's a real sense of awakening and stepping into ourselves. Now, this is also Capricorn energy. So we can be having a difficult time, or we can find that if we have Capricorn in our chart, that part of our personality is kind of like nails on a chalkboard a little bit. Like it has to grab our attention somehow, and it feels out of balance. And if we have Capricorn energies in our life, that can be it as well, right? It's like nails on a chalkboard. They grab our attention, but they feel out of balance with us. So just be aware of that. With Justice energy, this is Libra. If we're born on the cusp with Libra, or we have Libra in our chart, this is very harmonizing. But we're going to be very aware during this time of things needing to be balanced, of things needing to be in harmony, of what is out of balance in our lives, what we want, what we're looking forward towards, and what we really desire. With the air sign energy coming in, it's very interesting. We are both child and we are master at the same time. Like, we are the student and we are the master, the person who will teach the apprentices. It's kind of like, think of Da Vinci, right? He was under tutelage of this master craftsman, of this master painter. And then the master put down his paintbrush when he saw that Da Vinci was just out painting him completely. So there's that kind of energy here. We need to connect with our inner child. There's something about our words. There's something about communication, especially in a balanced way, that's going to be very important to us. Strong Libra energy coming forward, amplified by the Page of Swords, by the King of Swords. There is also a sense here of our thoughts being very quick and our reasoning being very high. We're witty. We have a way with words during this time. If you're writing anything, this is the time to come up with these ideas, storyboards, whatever you're doing, coming up with these ideas and moving these things forward are going to be so beneficial for you. If you need to even like define things down, whether it's mathematically or whether you're looking at science, like you're presenting something and you're saying, I need to give the client just a blurb to get them interested. This is the time to write those blurbs. This is a time where your mind is working really quickly. If you're querying anybody, if you're doing anything in that nature where it's like, I need to condense it, you're going to be very good at that. So being aware of this is going to be very important. Now, with the Page of Swords, there is an energy of, I need to listen to my inner child. My inner child is going to be speaking to me. With the King of Swords, there's a determination, a focus, an insight. There is a sense of, I know what I've been working for, and I know how hard I've been, dedicating myself to these things. I am moving towards my goals. The Six of Cups is good cheer. Like, this is a sense of things coming together. We can get caught a bit in the past, so do be mindful about that. But there is a sense here of, this is my happiness, this is my joy, this is what I'm replicating in my life. Now, we can get caught up and it has to be just like once upon a time, but we will see astrologically when that kind of energy comes up more than other. So just being aware of that, but also knowing, we're saying, this is what I love for my life. Like, this is what I'm birthing forward in my life and in my existence. Let's see what Spirit has to say. And also, if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. And if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a snowman emoji in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random, and the winner will be announced on the 1st of January. So good luck to everyone. The winner will only be announced in that video, so don't be scanned by anybody in the comment box pretending to be me. Okay, so now let's see what Spirit has to say. And here we have enchanted. It is not a surprise to me that we have this enchanted energy coming forward, where there's a way that we look at things. The imagination is greater. The sense of words and wonders and ideas are really coming forward. In whatever modality we create, that creative energy is going to be very passionate, very beautiful within ourselves. We're going to be opening up the door. But Spirit is also saying, where's the enchantment in our lives, right? Where do we find our joy and our happiness, our beauty? Where does our breath get taken away? Like, where is it that we're like, oh my gosh, that's just so beautiful. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. How are we raising our energy vibration to let that enchantment become part of our daily practice, our daily habits? How are we opening up the door? So moving towards enchanted energy, saying, what is beautiful to me? It doesn't matter if anybody else gets it. It doesn't matter if people look at what you do and say, oh, that's an old lady thing, or, oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Or, oh, that doesn't make sense to me. That's fine. It doesn't need to make sense to them. It does need to make sense to you. It brings us then to our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Now, this is spiritual awakening. This is the soul star chakra. No, not the soul star chakra. I do apologize. This is the crown chakra, obviously. So here with spiritual awakening, we are having the sense of our mind working really, really well. Like divinity is blessing it. The universe, however we say it, however we see it. And we can see that here with the swords energy, our mind is really on point. So there's going to be this really great connection with your angels, with your spirit guides, with the opening up of the door to what you love and what you want and where you need to be for you. So there is a power coming through here, a spiritual awakening, an intensity, and the sense of I am being driven forward. Like I'm having these ideas come forward, I'm having this knowledge come forward, and that's really opening the door for me. Now, let's see what energy we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Here we have the King of Swords, and that makes sense. So with the mind being so on point with ourselves, looking at things and understanding things, also knowing that we're in a Mercury retrograde. So wherever Mercury is in our chart, like how that energy plays forward in our life, it can be a little bit more intense during this time, can be a little bit more topsy-turvy. So acknowledging that is a very good thing. But with the King of Swords, this is very harsh energy, right? So the King of Swords in the energy to be mindful of in a reverse position is like, listen, we will tend to take the negative words and say, well, of course that's true, right? Why would they say it if it wasn't true? Our negative thoughts, we have very negative self-talk because we were either taught that way, we were either raised by hypercritical people, or we had hypercritical people in our lives that we saw as very successful, or we saw as, embodying something that we wanted. So if I could please them, or if I could achieve that way, that's what I was going to do. Like that energy comes forward for us quite intensely during this time. And Spirit is saying here, know you, know what you know, and stop thinking there's something missing here, because it will be easy to be caught up in somebody else's narrative, to take somebody who is confident, or at least has this air of confidence to them, and think, oh, I have to do what they say, not what I need to say for my soul. It brings us to the 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords crowns this whole entire reading, and there is an energy here of, again, coming to a completion of a cycle of what we know, what we want, what we're looking for. There is the sense here of just a sense of like, oh, why was I following this? Like, why was I doing that? Like, how do I move forward in the power of me, in the understanding of me? We've been looking at things for 10 years. It's a count of 10 years, 10 days, 10 weeks, 10 months, that type of thing. And Spirit is saying here, we've been carrying these words with us. And what good have they done? What good have they done us? It's time to let them go. It's time to see ourselves, see where we want to be, see how we're opening the door for what we desire within our lives, and look at the bigger picture of what we stand for. So we've also been kind of, well, that's interesting. In one way or another, over the past couple of years, we have felt like we've been becoming smaller. Now, I know some of you are going to say, no, I haven't been becoming smaller, but there's an energy here of like I've been becoming more insular. I've been, collapsing in on myself. My life has become smaller in one way or another. Now, there's nothing wrong with a contained life. There's nothing wrong with it at all. And I want to make that very clear. But there's a sense here of rebirth, of breaking out of your shell, of claiming what you desire and what you want, of that reclaiming of your voice and where you need to be. This is my minor arcana death card, which means that it's my minor arcana card that represents you, Scorpio. And there is a real sense here of now I'm stepping into myself. And I'm looking at things with a lot more honesty, with a lot more determination, a lot more focus, and a lot more insight than before. We have had our addictions coming forward during this time, doubts, fears, anxiety, depression, kind of very low energy, vibrational energy comes through with the devil card. Now, the devil also represents Capricorn, which I've always thought was a bit of a rough deal for Capricorn. But here, there is a sense of I'm releasing that. I'm looking at where my actions, where my ideas, where, certain behaviors, they're not serving me anymore. Even if we get complimented for it. Oh my gosh, you work out so much. Oh my gosh, you eat so healthy. Oh my gosh, you do this so well. But it's an obsession. And instead of enjoying it, we're like, oh my gosh, I have to do it just right or else it doesn't count, right? So here, we're letting go of anything that just chaotically weighs down our life. That's what we're going to be doing during this time. And it's very interesting because we're at the holiday season and we have these really big expectations for ourselves. And for some of us, this could be a really joyous time. For others of us, it could be a really anxiety-riddled time. For others of us, it could be a really sad time. And we're looking at these things and we're saying, how do I claim my power, what I love, and what I need for me? I'm tired of same patterns. I'm tired of a same narrative. I'm stepping into what I need for me. Now, I did go straight into the tarot of it all without talking to you about the astrology. So I do know our last reading was from the 1st to the 15th, and so we're skipping a few days for my own sanity and ability to get everything out to you guys. So here we're going to talk about the astrology from the 16th to the 31st, but we're not going to go really deep into each day until the 20th. So on the 16th of December, we have the Sun in Sagittarius squared Neptune in Pisces. Focus is going to be harder, so just be mindful about this. Imagination is more intense, and this can be draining. The unseen world is more real to us than the seen world, and that is something we need to be mindful of as Scorpio energy, that we walk the veil between the waking world and the spirit world. So slowing it down, taking it easy, taking it step by step during this time, and really looking at things and saying, you know what, I'm releasing whatever I cannot do. Whatever I need to do what needs to be done, right? But I need to release things that I'm putting too much weight on my shoulders. I'm making things too complicated for myself. On the 18th of December, Mercury is in Capricorn, trine Jupiter in Taurus. This is a time of big ideas. I mean, it's really going to be fun. We have a tendency to see, things on the bright side. We have a more optimistic nature, and we're taking a different approach. We're like, okay, how do I do this? How do I open up this door? How do I move things forward? Now, on the 20th of December, the moon is in Aries, squared Mercury in Capricorn. Okay, so Capricorn energy is reversed. We can have a bit of, intensity with that energy coming forward. But what we're going to see here is that, once again, it can be difficult to focus. And we need to give our mind a break, which is going to be difficult for us because we have the Page of Swords and the King of Swords where, man, are we thinking? I mean, we are really super thinkers during this time. Problem solvers, ideas, come to us so readily. There's a sense of, okay, I can do this. But remember, we're coming through during this time as both student and teacher. We are coming through needing to connect with our inner child and listen to their voice. If we do not slow down and listen to us, we're almost going to feel like nobody is listening to us, and that can make this time astoundingly frustrating. With the King of Swords, there is a real sense of, what have I been training for? Meaning, what have I been dedicating my life to that is important to me? Like, I'm cutting through a lot of doubts and fears and negativity, and I'm saying, oh, this is a powerful thing. This is an important thing for me. This is moving me forward in the way that I need it to, or in the way that I want it to. And so I'm leaning into my skills, my talents, what I desire. Remember, the swords are the only weapon in the tarot. And with that comes a level of skill, right? You can't wield a sword if you don't know how. So it was years of your life spent training, but also it's a noble it's a noble weapon. It was literally only for nobility. So it's taking the nobility of ourselves, the power of ourselves, and moving forward with it. Now, on the 22nd of December, we have Venus in Scorpio opposite Uranus in Taurus. So tempers can run high. Be mindful of this, especially since it's on the solstice. Just be aware. We need to be more centered within ourselves and center ourselves before we take action on anything, meaning really embracing that Libra energy, balance, security, stability. It's like just breathe and balance, breathe and balance. Also on the 21st of December, Mercury is in Capricorn, sextile Saturn in Pisces. And here we are more focused, more focused. Now, yes, our tempers can run high. We need to really prioritize centering ourselves, stabilizing ourselves, having a good night's sleep beforehand can be absolutely beneficial. But what we're also going to see here is that with our focus being higher and being more intense, we can use this to our advantage and really align with our goals and say, what is it that I want? Not only for now, but what is it that I'm preparing for in 2024? Like, how do I want to open up that door? How am I stepping into this year for me? Now, yeah. And we can see that also with aligning with what we love. With the Six of Cups coming in and saying, okay, what's joyous to you? Like, what's your happy? Like, what does that look like? How do you embrace that? Where is it that you need to be? How are we moving forward in that happiness, in that beauty, in that success, in that prosperity? It brings us then to the 22nd of December. Now, the sun enters into Capricorn. Now, again, that can be a little bit shaky for us. So the sun entering into Capricorn on the 22nd, we have the 22nd to the 31st. We can find that this almost 10 days, 9 days is just a sense of like, do I have my balance? We can feel like we're getting our sea legs with things. So acknowledging that for us is going to be important. Now, with this time, we become very ambitious. We step into a more ambitious attitude, which is also really good, right? For entering into the new year, we have direction, we are goal focused. But be mindful, okay? With Mercury retrograde going on, and Mercury retrograde will go on until the 1st of January, and we can be affected by it until, 3 weeks after. So just be mindful that we can really feel like we come out of this Mercury retrograde much closer to February than we do to the beginning of the year. So being mindful of this is going to be important, and just knowing that you might be astrologically sensitive. So Scorpio, and you probably are as a Scorpio, being aware of this is going to be really important. With the Mercury retrograde, we can be more aligned to older goals, older ambitions, and our focus can be, well, that was my dream. I dreamt it when I was 15 years old. I had it with me for so long. Now I'm going to get it done. So being aware of this during this time, that we need to align with our path that we are on right now. We need to say, what brings the happiness? What am I moving towards that is joyous and happiness and beautiful? And how do I release having it to be a certain way? Saying this is what success looks like, and being very limited in our voice, in our ideas, in our connection with, oh, this is success. So what I'm trying to say is, when we come up with these dreams, and a lot of times I use 15 years old because that's when like the whole world starts to open to us, or at least for me this was the case, and it's like, oh, okay, I'm going to do it just like that. It has to be just like this. And then you see life takes over, our talents come forward more and more, and it can change. So being kind and respectful to ourselves is going to be very important, and knowing that it doesn't have to go the way that we had envisioned. The future is a dream. Like, we have a dream for our future, and it doesn't mean that it's going to necessarily work out that way, which can be a very difficult pill to swallow. But to say, I'm being in the moment and I'm embracing what I love, that's beautiful. Saying here, like, I'm filling up my energy vibration, like I'm filling up my heart so much with what I love right here, right now, letting the joyous in, and I'm kicking everything else to the curb. It doesn't matter if that's what I thought I was going to be. This is who I am. And let me fill myself up with love and move me forward. And I'm just going to take a sip of water, so do bear with me. All right. So then also on the 22nd of December, we have the sun in Capricorn conjunct Mercury in Capricorn. Remember that Capricorn energy it's not going to be a place where we feel the most stabilized. So being mindful about this is going to be really important. But this is actually great for us. This is a time to get things started. This is a time, again, of those new ideas coming forward. We're releasing a lot of the past with the 10 of Swords, it's like, okay, I've seen it, I've walked through it, I get it. Now I'm becoming a student of what I love, of what I need. I'm embracing my voice, my ideas are coming forward. I would really keep a journal on you during this time here. Yeah, really keep a journal on you, Scorpio, something to jot things down, ideas, open up a notepad on your phone, kind of talk things in, however you connect, to open up the doors, to move you forward, to keep the ideas coming, because that's going to be great. And for the next 6 to 8 weeks, you can be very goal oriented. You can see what you started has the momentum and keeps on going in a way that we might feel like, oh, well, I usually just drop the ball, right? I usually kind of get really into it and then I get discouraged or I get distracted or it's now boring in one way or another and I leave it. But here we really do have follow through. On the 24th of December, Mercury retrograde enters into Sagittarius. And we have big dreams, we have optimism, but also be mindful during this time that we can be a little bit lazy, prone to excess, and being a bit selfish. So being aware of this and saying, okay, how do I stabilize me? How do I find that balance in what I love, in what I need? How do I move me forward in harmony is going to be a really big thing. Looking at the bigger picture of what we want and not getting caught up in the minute little details where we'll think, oh, well, it just has to be perfect. Like this just has to be perfect. And if it's not perfect, well, I obviously can't move forward. So being aware of this during this time is going to be a very important thing for us. Also on the 24th of December, the sun is in Capricorn, sextile Saturn in Pisces. Focusing on what needs to be done is going to be really important. We're going to sit there and be like, okay, what do I need to do? How do I need to do it? Very king energy coming forward. Show me what needs to be done and we will get it done comes forward. So knowing that is going to be very good. We're also very disciplined during this time. We have better time management and we're focusing on the bigger plans. We're really cutting through the muck and the mire and it's like, okay, what needs to be done? How do I need to do this? How do I need to move this forward? Great, got this, let's go. On the 25th of December, this is beautiful energy and it's great for if you celebrate Christmas, and this is just great energy even if you don't. So knowing this is just really beautiful. Astrologically speaking, we have Venus in Scorpio, which is great for us, that Scorpio energy coming forward. We have Venus in Scorpio trine Neptune in Pisces. Helping others feels good. It just does. And we can say, well, duh, I already knew that, but it's deeper during this time. Helping others feels good. We enjoy being with people that we care about. There's a sense of connection. There's a sense of camaraderie. And we can really feel closer to people, like on a spiritual level. There's almost a sense of like connecting with those that we love becomes a spiritual calling for us. And it's just soaking in that love energy. And if you don't have anybody to share the holidays with, okay, know that your angels and your spirit guides are showing up for you. Know that you have a connection with ancestral energy as well that is also showing up for you. There is a sense here of you are loved, you are cared for. Like, let's embrace love and let's keep on moving forward in love. It raises our energy vibration, it changes the game for us, and it really does open up the doors. On the 27th of December, Mercury is in Sagittarius, squared Neptune in Pisces. And our mind can be a bit foggy on this day, so take it easy, slow it down, and we can find it hard to focus. So there's a sense of like, ooh, can I do this? Can I do that? We need to ground ourselves. We might find it a bit hard to ground ourselves with the devil energy reverse because it's like, okay, I'm releasing all this negativity, but the negativity can kind of be in the forefront of our mind. And so it will be very easy to be pulled into chaos instead of grounding ourselves and stabilizing ourselves. So just being mindful of that during this time is going to be a very powerful thing. The sun is in Capricorn, trine Jupiter in Taurus. We are more independent and we need our space. We do. There's a sense with air sign energy, okay? Air sign energy needs their space more than others. It's a sense of like, I need to be able to flow. I need to be able to come up with these ideas. You're learning a lot and you're taking a lot in, but you also need your space to be able to connect with your inner child and what you deeply desire and what you're deeply longing for. Now, also on the 27th of December, we have Mercury in Sagittarius conjunct Mars in Sagittarius. And this is high emotions. Like, this is high energy time, high emotions. We want to really embrace action in our lives, find a new way to move things forward, really going after what we want. And we can see that with the air sign energy as well. The page and the and the King of Swords, the sense of, okay, let's go, let's move, let's think up new ideas, let's move things forward, let's understand, let's break down barriers. That's going to be very powerful for us as well. On the 28th of December, we have Mars in Sagittarius squared Neptune in Pisces. And again, focusing can become more difficult for us. It can be a time where we get easily distracted. We might not feel as balanced as we want to be, not as harmonized as we need. We can be uncertain of the next step forward. That can also be a sense of, I'm breaking old patterns and I'm breaking old ways of doing things, but now what the heck am I supposed to do? We also can have a little difficulty seeing things clearly, like saying, oh, okay, like I need to do this, or I'm listening to my inner voice. And we can have such clear opinions on things, but now we start doubting ourselves. It's like, yeah, but do you even know? And, I should look deeper into this. I should research this more. I should go after this. I should go after that. It's not saying here, fly by the seat of your pants, but it is saying that sometimes we can hide ourselves behind a pile of details that in the end, it's like you were going to go with your gut reaction anyway. So don't hide away. Don't sit there and say, oh, I have to just analyze and think more and more and more until it's like I'm never going to act and I'm never going to move forward the way that I want to. Or it's like too late. We feel like, oh my gosh, I've just spent all this time picking everything out perfectly, and now I don't even like these colors anymore, type of thing. Like I'm thinking of painting a room. I don't know why that just came forward. Maybe somebody is painting a room, but there's a sense here of like, I tried to make it all so perfect. Now stepping back from it, it doesn't make sense with the bigger, arc of everything that I want. So being mindful of that, be kind to yourself, get plenty of rest during this time. You're going to have a tendency to want to burn the candle at both ends, which is just going to be exhausting. And we need to work on connecting with ourselves intuitively. Scorpio, you're a natural at your intuitive connection, but kind of holding that sacred. And you could really have kind of, I'm hearing like you could have put yourself down because you connect with things instinctually, and you're going to think, oh well, no, it needs more meat to it, like it needs more substance to it than, oh, I just feel like I should be moving this way, or I just feel like it should be like that. So being mindful about this during this time is going to be very important. On the 29th of December, we have Venus entering into Sagittarius, and this is a time to have adventures. I mean, this is really a time to go after what we want, open up the door, say, this is what I love, this is what's so joyous to me, this is what I'm going after, and really connecting with those that we love, with, what we love in our lives. And it's like, let's bring it forward. We are generous. We are open-hearted. We are like, yes, like our hearts are there on this day, which is beautiful. And we also don't want things to be too heavy, have too many strings attached to them. We want a certain level of freedom on this day as well. Also on the 29th of December, we have Venus again in Scorpio, which is great for us. Sextile Pluto in Capricorn. Our passions and our intensity are strong in our relationships. This doesn't just have to be in our romantic relationships. We are really connected to the people we want to connect with on this day. It's like a sense of our hearts are just singing, relationships are building. We're also improving our intimacy, our connection. Like, what do I really desire? What do I really want? And we may be more committed to things. And we might be saying to people, situations like, this is my commitment. Are you all in? Are you in like this as well? Like making it really clear, this is what I want, this is how I'm moving forward. We can do this in business relationships, we can do this in personal relationships. It's like, no, we're going to be very clear, this is my time, this is my effort, this is what I want. Are you on board? On the 30th of December, we have Jupiter direct in Taurus. Now, this improves our finances. Well, this can improve our finances. I want to preference. Don't think that on the 30th, all of a sudden, like everything's going to be great, hunky-dory, skipping through the roses type of thing. Well, that would hurt. Skipping through the wildflowers type of thing. This can improve our finances. It can better our resources. It can also improve our stability and security and make us more confident. Jupiter going direct, coming out of retrograde in Taurus, Jupiter rules Sagittarius energy. So if we have Sagittarius in our chart, that's going to be very important. Or we're born on the cusp with Sagittarius, it just amplifies it. But we're also looking at things and saying greatness. Like, how do I step into my greatness, moving forward in my greatness, embracing what I want, opening up the door? That's going to be a really big thing for us. We are going to be much more action focused than introspective. We are still very introspective with the sword energy. We think things through. We're looking at things. We're gaining an understanding. But also, it's like, okay, I have to go. Like, I have to act on this. It's no longer trying to make it all pretty and perfect. I have to act on this now. Now, what's very interesting is it depends on how celestially sensitive we are. But this may not fully kick in until Mercury retrograde ends, which you may be thinking, okay, it ends on the 1st of January. That's not far at all, like a day or two. That's great. But if we are really sensitive, it can also take till the end of the post shadow period, which can lead us more towards February than January. And then coming out of that, giving yourself a grace period to heal, to feel everything settling down may be very important for you as well. So even though Jupiter comes out of retrograde, it goes direct, we start to see our power and our intention and our focus coming in like it hasn't before. We have to be kind to ourselves and give ourselves grace if we don't see ourselves just instantaneously, like, stepping into abundance mode. Abundance is coming, and abundance does get to be ours. Our subconscious spirit message is spiritual. Now, spiritual is reversed, so we can be having a hard time fully connecting with our spirituality, with what we love, like with that spiritual connection. We can almost be thinking, oh, that's a weakness. But let me tell you, Scorpio, that is where you thrive, and that is where you build up your energy like never before. So stepping into the spiritual, stepping into the universal of it all, like the universal energy of it all, can seem silly. It's like, oh, this is just silliness. And spirit's like, no, it's not silliness. It is power here. So knowing that one of your greatest powers is your spirituality, is your connection, however you see that, however you say that, is very important. Our subconscious chakra message is the inner child. We already have the inner child coming through as needing to be heard, needing to be listened to. Now with the heart chakra, sitting in love with our inner child is super important. You guys know me. I love, love, love the meditation of taking a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you, and visualizing yourself as you are now, standing with your arms open, letting the child that you were run into those arms and saying to that child, I love you. I'm here for you. I will always be here for you, and I will always love you. It's never unnecessary to do that. It always builds us up in confidence, in a surety, in a sense of being seen, of being heard, telling our inner child, I'm here. I mean, that's extraordinary. And embracing our heart, that's extraordinary. So knowing really your inner child is coming through so powerfully during this time. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of, this is the Hierophant, this is Taurus energy. Now, it can be that we need to be mindful of a Taurus. It can be the time frame, April 20th to May 20th, but it can also be a sense of, I'm trying to fit myself into a box. It has to be just this way. It has to be just like this. And Spirit's saying, why? Open up the box. Take the heart of the idea that you had when you were laying out your dreams and see how you're moving towards those goals. Take out that it has to be just this way. You have to look just this way. It has to be just like this. And say, okay, what really makes me happy and what do I really love? And what am I opening up the door to? Because that's going to be a big thing. Take the it has to out of the equation. Our subconscious tarot message is the 10 of Pentacles. Prosperity, success, bounty, abundance. The 10 of Pentacles is bounty. It is a real sense of success. It's coming full circle. You have the 10 of Swords here. You're coming to full circle mentally, and you're coming full circle financially as well, or in what you value as much as money. There is a real sense here of like, oh, this is what I needed. Oh, this is what I want. Oh, this is how I need the door to open. This is where I'm going, and this is what I'm going after. This is also generational blessing coming in. People tend to talk a lot about generational curses, and yes, they're a thing, but they're scarier than we think they are. So here, this is seeing that, yes, we have all learned bad habits, but there are beautiful things that are coming forward as well. Beautiful things from our past that come forward. Now, if you're saying, no, there aren't, you do have people ancestrally on the other side that want to see you achieve and succeed, that are either like, I never got these opportunities, because a large portion of spirit comes forward and they're like, I never got these opportunities. I never had the ability to tell them, go for it. Tell them to go after what they really love and what they're dreaming of, and to open up those doors. Now, it doesn't mean you quit your job and join the circus. It means that you start to believe in your dreams. You don't put yourself in a cage. And that's going to be a very important thing. And so here, during this time, you have blessings coming forward for you. You have your ancestors connecting with you. You have your angels and your spirit guides wanting you to win and succeed and achieve. So it's pretty awesome. So move forward with this. Know subconsciously you're really moving towards greatness. All right. All right, Scorpio. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. And know that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Scorpio. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. And happy holidays. Bye.